And the guy goes, 70 what? He goes, 70, drinks in a week. The guy goes, that's a lot of alcohol. He goes, I mean, sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. I'm like, Dad, you can't answer questions like that, man. Like, they're going to automatically check you. And now if you have a liver problem, your insurance company is going to go, fuck you. Like, we've set up a system where you have to lie about whatever you're doing. Because if you don't, you're going to get denied coverage for life-saving fucking shit.
Welcome to the greatest show on earth.
Yes.
Are you in?
I'm in, totally, yeah.
Just getting everybody listening?
Getting my vino ready. But
I see your canister over
PR
there.
got himself a fucking champagne canister. He's ready to go.
I am downtown Trevor Brown, here to serve you.
Yes.
Unless it's murder or gay shit.
Let me get up and greet you.
And I'm here to entertain you.
Yes. PR's here. The fabulous Nick Klaus.
Fabulous.
I see Ed sitting over there, and the intuitive muse, Amanda.
What's up? How you doing?
We're at Atomic Barber in Hannibal Square, Winter Park, Florida. It is fall.
Yeah, man. It was a little hotter today. I ran this morning, but the last week has been really nice.
I've been having premonitions of like Thanksgiving and stuff. Just like thinking about food and hanging and when it as crispy as it does get in Florida, which it really isn't much, but getting a little crispier out. And
I like it. I'm looking forward to walking around at bars wearing just a light jacket. I always like that. It's nice. It's fun.
I thought about the other day, I had a interesting chain of thoughts based on an article that I read that there's not, like, everybody's like, get ready for cold and flu season.
I mean, not really here.
Well, but here's what my thought process led me to was there's really no such thing as cold and flu season. There is non-summer activity season where people sit inside their houses longer. Correct. Under shitty lighting and recirculated air, and they're on their couch eating all the holiday food, and they're not doing as much activity as like what's going on in summer and getting sunlight.
Yeah.
And then everybody gets like, because everybody's out partying and shaking hands and drinking.
A lot of correlations between vitamin D levels and like sicknesses like cold, flu, and COVID. So you've got, that's why Florida's never really that bad. And we don't really have a winter. We have offsetting cold fronts. Like, there's no season here. It's just what time of year do cold fronts come in? Because even in the middle of January, you'll get a day here and there that's hot as fuck again because the cold front went through. There's another cold front coming, but that one last day, you're like, fuck, it's hot again. Like, and then the cold front comes through, rains, and then it gets chilly. That's like the difference. We don't have a winter. We just have successive cold fronts, I guess.
I do think we have people that get lazier at that time of year just based on what's going on culturally, and
treat my body like a fucking pile of garbage. Starting in September, like that's what started me on sober January and then added sober June was to January is to reset, because about the second to third week of December, after September, October, and November, and then December, it goes into overdrive for lawyers. Like, there's a fucking party every night that you kind of have to go to. So, like, by the second, third week of December, I'm like, get me out of here. Like, I need to stop. Or, like, I feel pickled. Like, I'm poisoned with alcohol all the way through my body. That starts September, goes to October. So I did January. I'm like, it gives me something to look forward to, where I'm like, get it out of my system, reset, lose some weight. And then June I added so that I could lose the weight and get ready for my body to progress through that.
I've been feeling like partying lately.
Yeah?
I'm not going to, because then I imagine the waste of time that hangovers are and the recuperation.
Hangovers fucking suck.
Yeah.
That's true.
So, and, I've got better things to do. I'm coming up on I'm approaching a year of dry January for a year.
I know. It's wild how fucking fast time flies. It's really just shocking that that's been a year.
My view is that hangovers are absolutely worth the effort. So
I agree with you.
I'm gonna.
That's why I drink.
I'm definitely not not drinking because I don't want to have a hangover.
I
think that
agree.
is a
I agree.
crazy rationale for not wanting to go out and party. So I certainly am one that doesn't enjoy a hangover, but it does mess my day. So I really then give up a day.
Yeah.
At least. So, at my age, sometimes it's a week. But is that reason enough for me not to go out and party? Absolutely not.
If mine get to a week, basically where what my tick is now is if I stick to the program, I don't get a hangover. If I stick to my program, seltzers, Jaeger bombs, food, as long as I do it in the right order, I don't get a hangover. I wake up at every Thursday after trivia, after fucking 12, and I get up and I go to the court at 8:30. I work all day. If I go off script and start partying, and then it's like I need to eat, even though I feel like I can't. I need to eat everything I can find. Eat. Then it's like mediocre. Yesterday for me was probably a 6 for me. Linda was a 9. So that's why I just took the opportunity to be like, I'm going to let my body rest. Let it chill for a minute. I'm kind of hungover, but I could have worked. I could have done whatever I needed to do.
What was intake? Can you ballpark beverages?
Okay, so I can tell you. So I had one at home. I made Linda a martini, and I had a old fashioned before going to Prado early because it's her friend
Speaking of
Joe's
the
birthday.
devil.
I know they're about to close down for the month of October, but they now take reservations. I think probably has to do with some of the blowback they've been getting for like the forced shutdown and shit, because it's the nicest the staff has ever been to me when I was there last night. Their staff is usually historically terrible at that place. They were extremely nice. We had a great table. Food was excellent. But anyway, once I was there, I had one that they called Into the Mystic that was a Japanese whiskey drink, and when I go, hey, I'm thinking about having this, she goes, well, it's very spirit forward, I'll tell you. I was like, okay, so it's just liquor is the whole thing. There's a smaller glass. As soon as I had a couple of drinks of that, I go, I can only have one of these. I'm like, I drink, I'm a drinker. I know what this is about, and I had a couple, and I was like, this is dangerous. Like this drink is high. So then, let's see.
Did it go down smooth?
Oh, it's delicious.
Good.
It was unreal. It's a perfect drink if you're gonna have one, but most normal people would have that one and be fucked and have a hangover. I'm telling you, that one drink was hard. Then I had espresso martini because the birthday boy likes them, so the whole table got one. Then I had a couple of old fashions while I was still there. Then we went to Big Daddy's. Trivia team, the house salad was there. So I had probably 6 Jaeger bombs and a couple more neutrals. Then Linda and I came home and sat on the up porch, and I had probably 2 more old fashions. So I guess altogether, was that like 11, 12 drinks? So like I said, I popped out of bed. I was like, all right, I feel good. I'm good. I'm all right. And then I had waves of like, oof, Jesus, I'm not that great. But it wasn't a killer. Linda was not. She was completely out of commission yesterday. 100% out of commission. So I guess when you ask, it's totally worth it to me. I'd have a hangover that bad 4 times a year. All the other ones are just the ones that you survive through, I guess, would be what I say.
Yeah, I think I'm one of those. I go out. I survive through it. I think there was probably only twice ever that I've had a hangover where I actually had to miss a day's work.
So I've never missed a day's work for a hangover. That's on my list of I have a problem. Like that, if I ever have to miss work, now because of this rule, I've gone to work fucking hungover and pushed it hard to get through. But I always kind of made a rule with myself where I was like, if you miss work for a hangover, you might have there's a problem. For me personally, that's just one of my guideposts where I'm like, you're good with this alcohol thing. You're doing okay. You never, no DUIs, no problems, no any scenarios whatsoever. But if I start missing work or miss obligations or opportunities, then that would be something that I would question. Personally.
Yeah. No, I must say that for me, alcohol is I've said this many times, is my social lubricant. That's the reason why I plan my entire week. And this week, for example, I know the days, and I look forward to my days of the week, because the days are going to be the social part of it. That's what
What are you
that's
doing
my
this
highlight,
week, man?
right?
What are you partying?
We've got Imperial are having their
God,
their
you just
soft
live at
opening.
this fucking
No,
place
they're
now,
having a
huh?
soft opening. They've got the Winter Park Distilling Company is having a soft opening. So that's that's going to be on Tuesday. I've got dinner with some friends on Thursday. I'm not quite sure. We may go away on Friday night, but that's kind of on the calendar. I'm not quite sure. But for me, on a Sunday, I start to reflect on what's going to happen in the week, right? And I pretty much know that I'm going to get into the office and I'm going to do the usual mundane work, and I enjoy that. I'm not being negative about the work that I do. I really enjoy it, and I look forward to getting into the office. But I need that social part of it. I need that stuff, and I also enjoy the last minute stuff. So if Nick or Ed phones me up. I was going to say Trevor. I was thinking, no, he never phones.
Sends up a smoke signal.
Say, hey, listen, you want to have a drink at Fitz? And I love that as well. That spontaneous part of it. Right?
Last Sunday was his idea to hang out after.
Yeah, no,
So
and it was really
Trevor's
good, right?
idea.
I mean,
had
that
a
was
blast.
That was good.
That was great.
So that's that is a big part of how I get through my week, is to make sure there's something good and social that's going to happen. If it was otherwise, I don't know what I would do in the week. I would just be, an absolute bore.
A bore or a ball?
I mean, just boring. There'll be nothing. There'll be nothing to me. Just every day, just go to work in the morning, get home in the evening. No, I need the excitement.
Yeah, I do too. I'm with you.
I
mean, like being hungover yesterday, it gives you all this anxiety and shit. You feel like fucking weird. You feel like, what am I doing? And then you feel great the next day and you want to drink again. But that day, and I had to sit through a psychology class. I had one of my psychology classes testing, which is just abysmal. I hate this class. Like, I love the psychology program. Most of the classes are fucking great. Social psychology is great. Behavioral neuroscience is great. Really stuff that we talk about that I find prurient. I think it's great. But this testing class is just, oh God, it's like statistics, and they've clearly made a science and a math and a science out of something that's not a math or a science. So they're like, well, this is the equation to determine whether this study was reliable, but truthfully, no study is reliable because it's all based on somebody's answers. So I'm like, fuck are you talking about? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. That's not how my brain works. But the reason I bring it up is because while I was taking the class, they mentioned something that I thought was fucking hilarious. I don't know how good that is that I think it's hilarious, but just the name of it sounds like a band name for me. The Beck Hopelessness Scale. So the Beck Hopelessness Scale is a literal test that they give to people who are going to, be checked out or whatever if they're having problems, depressive ideas. And this test, the questions are like not. It reminds me of like a Myers-Briggs, Briggs-Meyer.
Yeah.
Myers-Briggs. Kind of reminds me of that type of deal where there's no like real answer, but the correlation between the results of this test and suicidal ideation are apparently extremely high. So people who truthfully answer this question, they got a chance for suicide, which I guess, I don't know. We're in 2025. I'll go ahead and give an obligatory. If you or a loved one has any feelings of self-hurt, go seek help. Turn off our podcast and go seek help. But beyond that, now we're going to kind of make fun of it, I guess. So now you look at this, and I just think it's crazy that this is how we determine what's going on with people's brains.
I'm excited to hear.
So
let's tear this up.
All right. I look forward to the future with hope and optimism. True or false?
Sounds like when I go sit down at Advent Health and the
Yeah.
nurse always interviews like, do you have hope or have you been depressed? And then, is there somebody that takes care of you?
And that's what I'm finding wild about this thing is that like getting into this program, what I'm looking for jury selections, I'm looking for like the nittier grittier, like I don't want to say the word darker, not like darker, but the more intense versions of this where they can ask you questions that you don't know where they're coming from and it answers things psychologically about you.
What was the question again?
I look forward to the future with hope and youth and enthusiasm.
Oh.
So if you're taking this test and you're depressed and you know the person's asking you to see if you're going to commit suicide, why are you going to answer these questions truthfully? I don't, to me, it just doesn't, like, I don't see, do you think, how often do you think somebody sits down and says no to that question? Even if they're not feeling like they have no hope or enthusiasm.
Yeah, I don't think people answer questions honestly.
Now, maybe this is what it could be is that the doctor's sitting here and working it into conversations, like, so PR, I've heard you've said that you only look forward to drinking. Would you, you look forward to the future with hope and enthusiasm, right? And if you're like, well, not really, then I click no. I guess maybe that's how it works.
Well, I think that in some of those questions as well, they probably ask it in 5 or 6 different ways.
True.
So they probably are asking it another way again and again and again, and they would then work out: are you really somebody who's about to shoot yourself? Or
What's the question again?
I look forward to the future with hope and enthusiasm.
I look forward to the future with hope and enthusiasm.
Okay.
How
that's
about now? Did
Yeah.
you change your mind? Wait. How about now?
But when you go to the doctor as well, right? I find those questions that every time I go, you go for a physical. You guys would definitely know this as well. But I wonder if it's age appropriate, because sometimes I think when you're in your 50s, they do ask you certain questions. Like for example, do you get up 2 or 3 times a night to go to the restroom? Now, if you ask a 30-year-old that, I think that is the idiotic thing to ask somebody, because you go to the restroom before you go to bed and then you wake up the next morning, right? But if you're a man of 50 plus,
yeah,
that is a very legit question, because you are waking up at least once.
And that's, I think, kind of normal. I'm still lucky enough I'm not waking up to go to the bathroom really, but I also have the fucking dogs wake me up to, like, Audrey will make I have to take her out most nights. So, like, then I'll take a piss anyway.
Yeah.
But it's not the
So you're not waking up
needing to take a piss that woke me up. But I don't find that to be an issue yet, except for, like, heavy nights of drinking and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
So there are things, for example, now when I look at that, when I look through the physical, there are things that are being asked now that I think to myself, do I really want to tell the doctor truthfully? And
100%.
Yeah, and I can say that I am not 100% honest on some of those answers, because I just don't think it's relevant.
We've talked about that.
But
We've talked about, like, telling your doctor how much you drank. Like, my dad went in. My dad's almost 70. He went in, and the doctor's like, so how many drinks do you have? Or how much alcohol do you drink? He's like, well, like, in what type of time frame? And he goes, 70. And the guy goes, 70 what? He goes, 70, drinks in a week. The guy goes, that's a lot of alcohol. He goes, sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. I'm like, Dad, you can't answer questions like that, man. Like, they're going to automatically check you. And now if you have a liver problem, your insurance company is going to go, fuck you. Like, we've set up a system where you have to lie about whatever you're doing. Because if you don't, you're going to get denied coverage for life-saving fucking shit.
Wait, if you say I have 70 drinks a week and you get liver shit, because you went on record saying I have 70, you can get
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely.
Well, 70 is not even. I don't even think that's an option.
Your doctor's not going to have your back and like.
So I mean, I guess
fib the numbers.
The doctor may not write that down if your doctor's cool or whatever. But that's not what I'd do.
Yeah.
If I'm a doctor, I'm writing down the 70 because then if he gets some undiagnosed liver condition that I missed out on, that's now my fucking liability. You see what I'm saying? So if my dad reports that to the doctor, 70, the doctor doesn't write it down. The doctor misses some shit and he has a liver diagnosis and my dad sues that doctor now doesn't have the evidence that my dad gave him, that he drinks 70 drinks a fucking week. So as a doctor, I think you have to. I think you do mark it down. Then the insurance company sees it and you get a liver problem and they fucking deny your claim. That's what they do all the time. That's how insurance companies make so much all their fucking money, is that life is impossible to live to the standard with which those contracts are written. I mean, that's the same with auto accidents and the same with these medical issues. Like, real life is fucking a nightmare at all times, as you guys know, I believe. So it's impossible to live up to that. But with that being said, 70 is excessive. And admitting 70 is the worst thing you could possibly ever do. So, I don't know if they'd ever really go back hard and find these podcasts and be like, "Oh, Nick, you said you drink 12 Jaeger bombs." I'd be like, "Were you there?" No, it may have been just a bit.
It was just entertainment.
Little did you know.
Yeah.
Show up and see. Come get some, United Healthcare. Fuckers.
Yeah, I must say that I think it'll be it's very challenging for when you go to these doctors. One, I don't see the relevance to a lot of those questions, but now as I've kind of gotten older, I'm starting to understand why they need to ask those questions. One, and then I'm starting to think that I'm not being very truthful with my responses, and me not being truthful means that really he or she doesn't have now an opportunity to have a full appreciation.
Did they ask you if you've been to a strip club?
No, they haven't.
Because you wouldn't be truthful
They
about
haven't.
that
I
one
wouldn't.
either.
I wouldn't. I would say I'm a regular.
Which is
No.
more truthful than the answer
Yeah,
you always
that
give.
was one of the times when I couldn't get up the next morning to go to work.
Oh, it's the night at the strip
I
club?
did tell you that
When
though.
they left you there?
Yeah, no, nobody left
A
me
different
there.
strip club
No,
story.
no. They took me home, but I couldn't get up the next morning. And I told you guys, I then got up at like midday and went out and was laughing with my friend on the bench. We had a sandwich in London. Yeah, that was one. That was a highlight for me.
You can always tell when he's making up stories on the fly to cover up a lie.
No.
Because it's this weird piecemeal. Notice that about his personality.
puts
It's this
little
thing where
tidbits.
he's like, yes. And I remember because then we sat on a bench and it was in front of the river and we had a sandwich.
It was
Yes.
like it was a cucumber and avo sandwich.
I
Dude,
can't
which,
even
by the
tell
way,
you.
is now my shit.
Yeah.
Cucumber sandwiches, I don't know what the hell it is. It slims me out. So I usually just don't eat lunch. I started eating just bread from 1908 Bakery, fucking delicious Asian white bread, very mild smear of tzatziki with sliced cucumbers for lunch.
There you go.
And
Look at
the
that.
bloat is just gone.
Yeah.
By the time I go home, I'm like, God damn, this is better than not eating.
But it's also delicious.
Yeah, it's
It's
great.
delicious.
Crisp and delicious. I throw it in the fridge, eat it. It's fucking rad.
Yeah.
Anyway, I didn't mean to.
The cucumber didn't make the bread soggy.
No. It's it's just the regular. So it's 1908 Bakery, which I like because they sell their white bread that they make in house, sliced white bread, square, and they only sell 6. It's in a pack of 6 slices because I always feel like shit buying a loaf of bread because. Like a loaf of bread, me and Linda together are eating 6 slices of bread a week, and that means the whole fucking loaf is wasted. What are you laughing about?
I had a snafu yesterday with Amanda. So I'm trying a new trick with some cinnamon,
Yeah,
and I took the jar of cinnamon from the house, not thinking or communicating to Amanda that I'm taking the jar of cinnamon with me. I was just busy and grabbed it. And I get a text in the morning that said, "Do you have my cinnamon?" I said, "Yeah, I apologize for not communicating. I'm trying a trick for this body project." Went about my day, and maybe at 4:00, she was being a sweetheart and said, "I'm running to Fresh Market. Do you need anything?" And I said, "Cinnamon."
got him. I like it. So anyway, I mean, I don't even know where we were at before I broke in to tell you about the sandwich.
Going through your questionnaire.
We're talking about PR's last hangover at a strip club.
Yeah,
he was eating
I
a
think
sandwich.
no.
He was eating a sandwich in London.
Again. You just did it again. When you have a story that you're making shit up and you're not telling the truth, you have a very distinct personality style. I'm sitting in a chair eating a fucking cucumber sandwich, and then just now you're like, oh, we're talking about your assessment thing that we talked about like 20 minutes
He's
ago.
diverting.
That's right. Yeah.
God,
No, but that
I like
was,
it. I'm picking up on it though. That's
that
good.
was,
That'll make for a better show. When
you guys will play back. I think I must try and find the recording. Get the wizard to find that recording. Talk about the one time I went to Spearman Rhino and had cheap white wine. You guys will remember that. And I said I couldn't get up the next morning.
Dude, I remember the day we talked about your strip club, where then you just proceeded to tell us like 5 to 6 different stories of different strip club experiences that you had. Yet you still deny ever being at a strip club.
Yeah, my memory is very bad when I go to strip club. Alcohol has that impact. It has that impact on me.
How many drinks do you have a week? Honestly.
Right now, I'd say that I'm probably under 10 a week.
A week?
A week.
Bullshit.
Yeah. Under 10 at the moment.
We used to have 10 a night easy.
I mean, we'll talk about the hop pretty soon, but I
Yeah.
can tell you had more than 10 this week.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
Does a week ago
I
today
mean,
count?
Well, I guess today doesn't count for last week. Is that what you're saying?
You had
No,
10,
no, but
you-
also,
you
I know-
easily
I
had
know
10
the-
last Sunday.
You've already had 2, and I know you had more than 8 at
No,
the
but
hop.
I'm kind of putting I'm putting like just a little bit,
see?
and that's
All
what I do
right.
for the hop as well. It's
Uh-huh.
not really. I'm not even. The bottle is still full. And I poured some for you as well. So, it's just kind of being in the company. I never used to do that though. When I used to go with Trevor, those were some drinks, man.
You had to Uber home most nights.
Yeah,
I have some
Across-
data
yeah, some days.
Oh, hit me.
because I journal everything on my Whoop. So I
Yes.
put in everything that I take. So
like this.
month so far, from September 1st to the 21st, I've had 52 alcoholic drinks.
From
From the 1st September.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's
from
21
the 1st
days.
of September?
Yeah,
yeah.
for
For
not
three,
including this one.
3 weeks.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's
I
3
mean,
weeks
that-
exactly.
That's pretty good.
52.
That's like 2.5
Allegedly.
drinks a day. I mean, that's pretty good. That means you're not drinking every day. Yeah, that's pretty good. Now you think I'm worse than him? No ways.
I think you guys are all lying about how much you drink.
No. I mean that's he's recorded. He's actually journaled it.
My take on Hangover. Wait,
my
I
God.
just lost my train of thought.
I did too. I just forgot my name for a second. We can mark this if you want, but
Is this-
God damn, that was insane.
Is this real life?
Holy shit.
You know what's scary? Is
Oh
she's-
my God, I'm
Imagine
sweating
this.
right
the
now.
only thing that's back there is the toilet. She's probably going back there to take a big old jam hot shit.
I mean, whatever, man. Ugh. Somebody needs to study her fucking gastroenterology if that's what she's doing and she looks like that.
Oh, you mean okay? You mean her size relative to the chicken sandwich?
I mean, if she's eating this shit and going back there and dropping gnarly shits and she looks like that, that's what humanity should be all about. If we want to make it, I think. Ultra processed food and such.
I actually can't eat that shit anymore. It just happened. It's just a matter of
The thing about this place is that the fucking chicken sandwich is like 3 pounds. Like it's delicious, but it's like 3 meals for me. Like I can eat that whole fucking chicken sandwich. Lynn and I were sitting here. Wait, was it me and you, Ed? With the guy with the fucking no. Yeah, it was me and you while we're sitting there before the hop. Sunday, yeah. No, it was Sunday before we opened up here. It was me and you sitting there, and there was this like smaller Asian man sitting there with this fucking sandwich. I swear to God, it was bigger than his head. It was this fucking big as his hands could hold. And I'm looking at him like, there's no fucking way this guy's going to eat this sandwich. Like, it's so big. And I don't know. I feel like he never even took a bite. The whole time we were hanging out, it just was there. But he was probably eating a lot of it, and it just didn't look like it was going away. But I don't know. A long digression caused by what I just saw walking to the bathroom. Kind of waiting to see when I'm walking back out.
I think we should all pull chairs up to the window.
Put our heads up against the window. Oh, my God. Anyway,
But you know,
how do we recover from that?
I don't know.
The food that I eat has to look appealing and appetizing. 95% of my appreciation for the food that I'm eating has to look good. So
So you should think about things before you say them.
No, well, I'm
what
saying
you
that
just said was that 95%, 95%
yeah,
of
so
your appreciation of the food you eat is how it looks.
it's how it looks. If it looks good, I'm almost always going to enjoy it. So if I look at some of the like the cheese sandwiches that we're talking about that are the size of somebody's head, right?
So if I took a pile of shit
That to me
and like
looks
formed it like one of
unappealing.
those cake shows, is it cake or is it shit?
No, that's never going to work. But I'm just saying that
You said 95%.
yeah, I'm saying it has to look good.
That's a high percentage.
Yeah, and even when I make something at home, even if I make scrambled eggs, I make sure that it looks good. I
agree with that.
I'm not just gonna scrambled egg, put it on some slice of toast, and that's gonna be it. No, I make it look good.
Ooh, we're getting rid of food dyes and shit here. You're gonna be in trouble. A lot of food's about to look really gray because they're getting rid of a lot of food dyes, which I don't necessarily disagree with. If it's not good for you, we shouldn't be eating it. This ultra processed shit is the reason why America is fat and everybody else is in good shape.
But the looking good, the making the food look appealing isn't about the colors necessarily. It's about, like if I made scrambled eggs today for lunch, right?
Mm-hmm.
I put in a whole lot of other stuff to make it look beautiful.
Okay.
So, for
Like
example,
what?
I put in some cherry tomatoes. I put in some spring onions. So it had green and red, and I put in some red onions, some fresh red onions. I put some
that all sounds
pickles
really
on
good.
the side, and so it had, and then I put some shavings of Parmesan on the top, So
Now you're just fucking.
Now it looked.
Now you're just
No,
making.
I'm
now
saying-
you're just fucking mispronouncing words on purpose.
Parmesan.
Nobody says Parmesan.
What do you say? What do you call it?
Jesus.
What do you not say Parmesan?
Nobody says Parmesan.
What do you say?
Parmesan.
Parmesan. Parmesan?
You say Parmesan?
I'm just saying it. I'm trying to make it
Parmesan.
Parmesan.
Parmesan cheese, right?
No.
Parmesan.
Parmesan.
Okay, if you really want to say it correctly, it's Parmigiano.
Actually, I think in Italy,
That's how
it's
it
like a
is.
completely different word.
No, it's Pargiamo. I mean, you would know that being
I
Italian.
don't fucking know. Just because I'm like my family came from Italy doesn't mean
When
I'm
did your
Italian.
family come from Italy?
When?
Yeah,
My grandfather was like 12.
yeah. So that's like in the 1900s.
Sadul is Italian.
Yeah, he's from
Oh, yeah.
Sicily. He's a
Sicilian.
Sicilian.
Is there a different pronunciation? Like
What do you think's mixing up in here? That's making me dark looking.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's all that
His fucking
that
nose.
olive. Look at that olive color, that Mediterranean
Yeah.
color that he has.
And you've never seen. I got a picture of me and my brother on a beach when I was a kid. I'm darker than you are.
Okay.
I'll
But
show
you
a
can
picture.
see that he's also got that he expresses himself in a way
Yeah,
that tells you it has
it's
to
in
be
the blood,
Mediterranean. Yeah,
but
oh yeah.
It was so my grandfather came over at 12, but they moved to Mississippi.
Do you know when I mean it had to be in the 1900s, right?
Well, yeah.
If he was 12.
Yeah, it was. Well, I could tell you, he was 12. He was born in 33, so it was
Yeah.
45.
Right. Okay.
And then, yeah, he moved, and then he was in the Korean War, but he was in Biloxi the whole time. Then he was in the Korean War. Then they moved to Michigan. Then they moved to Florida. And he's more Creole. Like if you went, my family was much more because of the living in Biloxi. They were much more into Creole food, Creole culture.
Right.
It wasn't really Italian, and that's why there are like cajoles, how they pronounce it here in America. A lot of them. But Saduls is like this one offshoot where we all were like, yeah, we're just Americans. We're not.
So have you
Italian.
been able to check your roots back in Sicily?
Yeah, there's a cemetery for Saduls in Sicily. Sajoles in
So
Sicily.
you mean when your granddad came over, did they incorrectly get his last name? Did they spell
No,
it
he
wrong?
changed it. He changed the spelling and the pronunciation to sound more American. He wanted to hide out here. They came over and went straight to Biloxi and hid out in like a casino. My grandfather worked in a casino after he got kicked out of school for hitting the principal in the head with a paperweight. Actually, when
Was the principal a man or a woman?
man? Yeah, he never would have hit a woman.
You never hit a woman?
Million, billion, trillion years.
Huh?
My family, absolutely not. My family, that'd be like.
What if the woman? Let's. I want to go deep on this.
Sure.
So, would you ever hit a woman?
No.
What if the woman kick? What's your favorite? What's Mr. Baxter? What's his name? Mr. Bingston?
Mr. Benson?
Mr. Benson. Let's
No,
say
I would not hit a woman.
Let's say a neighbor lady came up and kicked Mr. Benson like a football.
Nope.
You wouldn't lay her out?
No.
What about you?
I would only hit a woman if she was a jiu-jitsu karate black belt.
At which point, I don't think
You
you're
know,
hitting that woman. I think that
yeah,
woman's hitting you.
exactly. If she's attacking me, then I may be. But if it's a normal woman that I know,
Well, that's
there's
part
no
of
way
the
in hell.
point, dude. Part of the point I'm making is like I'm not going to win any fucking fights anyway. But either way, when you say hitting a woman, now if I'm, if you want to get absurd, if I'm in this hallway and there's 3 women who are coming in and I feel as though I'm going to die, I will do my best to remove myself from that scenario.
Yes, in a
Physically,
non-confrontational way.
I'll probably
Yeah.
lose, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to push through and get through. But absolutely, like my family, it's pretty deep. It's fucking.
What about if like
Never.
a biker chick started punching your mom? Would you do something?
Break it up.
I mean, I'd call the police and I would try to break it up. I'd get in the middle and let her hit me and fucking stand there and take it. It was kind of always the way. It was always like, yeah, sometimes you're gonna, you're gonna piss women off enough where they're gonna fucking hit you, punch you, slap you. You just gotta stand there because you're a fucking man. That's what you gotta do.
I guess the deeper seated idea is I think that there's a killer in everybody. So like not construct, but like the societal
I think it's more likely
idea
I could kill somebody
of guys shouldn't hit women. I think that I'm trying to figure out if I can prompt somebody to end up saying, yeah, in that case I would. There's got to be a weird small percent.
I don't know. It's just something that
deal where
through
a guy
my
would be like,
family,
yeah, I'd fucking punch that
I have
lady.
enough of a taboo in my brain where I just couldn't. Would be unable to do it to my own detriment. Whatever the scenario is, like I said, if
war. What if we're in war?
So if we're in war and I have anything to do with the fighting, we've already lost. Like if we're relying on me helping this country fight, there's no more America to defend. Okay, like if they're going, I'm the bottom of the fucking barrel. Like the only ones below me that offer less fucking physical. Now, if they need me to like plot troop movement or create propaganda, that's one thing. I can do that. If they're relying on me to have a gun and a bayonet somewhere to fucking fight, we're done. Like I'm one step above people who are in wheelchairs and shit. I'm not gonna win any of those.
What
fights.
about in a sexual experience? If the chick said, give me a little slap or like
now
a choke.
You got me. You got me.
Would you participate?
So it would have to
if it
be
was consensual.
So all right. So
would paperwork have to be signed?
Paperwork would have to be signed. Not just paperwork, but on video paperwork would have to be signed.
By video. So
that they know I'm not faking it. So they know I'm not that it's voluntary that they're signing the paperwork.
Okay.
Because I will tell you, I've done a lot of domestic violence defense work. 30% of them, the dude is looking at me. I believe him, and he's like, "Listen, she fucking likes rough sex. She tells me what to do. I do it, and then she called the fucking police, and now she wants this child support or whatever the fuck." Like it happens. The only way that would ever happen is it would start slow, and it would be like you said. There'd be paperwork involved each time. It'd be recorded. There'd be a fucking safe word. Like it'd be all this crazy. It'd be so much structure that it's probably not even worth doing.
Is my
point.
It takes the illusion away.
It does. Yeah. Because it's so easy for that to be misconstrued. And she may think she wants to be slapped, but then you fucking actually slap her, and it's a bad way. You know what I'm saying? Like it hurts.
Yeah.
How the fuck am I supposed to know?
What if she absolutely slaps you so fucking hard.
That's happened to me.
you
You
know,
mean during
like-
sex?
No, no,
Oh.
no. Like, you're in a bar, you having a conversation with Ed and I, and this woman doesn't like what you just said.
That's happened to me.
She's not even in a conversation
multiple
with us.
times before.
And she comes in and doesn't just slap you, she punches you and you're on the floor, bleeding. And
so that one I can't talk about because I've taken punches from full-grown men and I haven't gone down yet. A slap from a woman.
No, but yeah, this is a full-on punch. She's a black belt.
This sounds like a personal
it
experience.
sounds like a fetish is what it sounds like.
No, I'm
to
trying
you,
to- I'm
PR.
trying
Like
to
the
say-
way you're talking
You have
about
this
it.
planned out.
Sounds
Yeah.
like you're like trying to find a
No,
way
I'm
to
just
make
putting
this
us
happen.
in a situation that we kind of know. We've been to FIDS. The three of us are there. There's somebody that's come in. She's a black belt. We don't know that she's a black belt, but she can handle herself.
What's her name?
She doesn't like. Her name's Lucy Liu from Charlie's Angels. And so she can handle herself. And she's gorgeous, but hell, she's just flattened this guy.
Lucy Liu and her
Ed and
prime is
I would say that
beyond
Ed and I
gorgeous.
would just say, "Hey, listen, Nick, can we help you up? Can we buy you another drink? We certainly not gonna try and handle her. What would you kind of get up and be ready to defend yourself? Would you just say,
I'd fucking get up and call
That's
the
it?
police.
yeah,
That's what I'd do.
Yeah.
The same thing if anybody walked in and hit me like an idiot. I'd fucking call the police and then I'd prosecute them and it would be, I promise, the experience they would get from the legal system would be more fucking painful than anything I could physically do to this person. It would fucking suck. It would be years of their life, a complete fucking
So I think
nightmare.
we are agreeing then that part of our roles, essentially, Trevor hasn't said anything about it yet.
What?
About whether you would strike a woman, but I'm just saying that clearly from what Nick and I have said, there is no scenario that we can even create fictitiously that would get us to a point where we would strike a woman. My sense is that women should always feel safe in my surrounding. That would be my point of departure.
I'm pretty sure they do.
There is no scenario
Oh,
that they would ever get, I would get to point. But Trevor, seeing that you started that, what would you do? Is there a scenario where you would punch, kick a woman?
Yeah, I can't think of one, but I am open to the idea. Back to my point of there's a killer in everybody. I think it's stupid to say no. I think that there would be such a odd scenario that I can't even imagine to not just say I would never hit a woman.
But when you say there's a killer in anybody, what you're implying is that that every person has some breaking point that
Yes.
they would do. Okay.
And these are just easy examples to explore a broader idea. It doesn't have to be hitting a woman or killing. It could be, you could boil that, or you could reduce that down
Gotcha.
to easier examples that are trite and trivial.
Well, what I was going to say about that,
everybody is capable of doing everything.
but you say so. You strongly believe that every human being has a breaking point where they would kill somebody.
yeah,
So, like, that's a very general rule about people. Do you, just to make an example, do you believe that every person has it within themselves to, would you say the contrapositive? Do you think everybody, obviously, because there are suicides, but you don't think that everybody has something that would prevent them from killing themselves, correct?
I think that everybody has the possibility of being put in some sort of scenario that they could kill themselves.
Okay. So you think,
Like if somebody is being tortured for years on end, they're being held against, like, just come up with
Just
some
to end
fucking
the
weird
darkness.
spin on it. That,
Gotcha.
yeah, everybody put into certain circumstances has the
interesting.
capability of doing some pretty fucking crazy shit. But think about, I'm those are the easy targets. I'm thinking of things like stupid shit on reality TV shows, like eating something gross,
Eating a
telling
cockroach?
a lie, stealing. I think everybody has it in them to steal something, or even if it's tiny, even if it's a penny.
yeah, I agree with that too.
But then you can blow it up into a larger, more serious spectrum.
Have you stolen anything?
Hell yeah.
something irrelevant that you like what, like a coin?
Dude, I
or-
stole.
Yeah.
I used to steal before I was old enough to purchase things, alcohol and cigarette. Like
from your folks or
no, from
from
gas
the
stations.
oh, okay.
Because they used to just back then, as you know, dude. Seriously,
What?
I gotta switch seats or something. So the back then in like the mid '90s, they used to just have the shit sitting out. Like the cigarettes weren't behind the thing,
Right.
and the alcohol wasn't like locked in something. It was just sitting there, like out in the open in gas stations.
So you could just take a pack of
So,
cigarettes and a beer.
my Jinko jeans, and I just fucking walk in and fill that shit up. And it really wasn't because I didn't want to pay. It was because I couldn't.
Right. Just fun.
I wasn't old enough yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it was never fun.
No?
I fucking hated it.
Would you take a glass?
That
so
is
here's
not my
here's the thing.
fucking
Somebody that
bag.
we know, and I find took a wine glass from.
I used to
from
steal
a
glasses from
restaurant.
restaurants all the time.
Yeah, I mean,
I do remember that.
I think that's just a horrible thing to do. I think that's. Just
I had a collection of
awful.
pint glasses from different bars.
Yeah.
I thought it was fun. I mean, it would like they break them all the time. It wasn't that I needed it or I don't know. Same
I've
thing
done
with
salt pepper shakers if they
Yeah.
look rad.
Yeah.
I took barbecue sauce dispensers from Smoky Bones because
there you go.
it was fun.
Yeah, ramekins.
Yeah.
Dude, in fucking law school and in undergrad, I remember having so many goddamn ramekins. You know what a ramekin is? It's just a small ball.
Like a
Okay.
metal thing
Yeah,
you put
So
yeah,
ketchup
like you
in.
go, can I have a side of ranch?
that.
That's a ramekin.
Right.
And for some reason, I had like 1,000 ramekins. I was like, God, I must steal these ramekins for some reason. They're kind of useless. You know, you could have a couple in case you want to dip your tater tots in ketchup or something at home. But otherwise, having ramekins around are useless. But I tend to have them fucking in spades. So
You still
yeah?
smokes.
Shit.
You still beer like beers and
Yeah.
stuff. There was a lake. What do you call it? A marina. We
Mhm.
stayed as a kid. Went with families. Stayed at a lakeside hotel. The boat was at the marina. I swear the owner of it left the store unlocked. And cigarettes were there, and beers were there, and we weren't going to be able to get them during the day, so
Yeah.
we just go in and get a pack of smokes and smoke some cigs, and
But I didn't do it because I like got a thrill. It was the fucking opposite. To me, it was something I had to work myself up to. It was like a complete nightmare. I fucking hated every second of it. I was scared to death that my whole life was going to come crashing down for this petty theft shit. Like I hated it.
So you thought about
But-
it. You thought about it. You stressed about it. And then
I like had to psych myself up to do it, but you
Yeah.
couldn't buy the shit because of the rule.
you're underage.
Yeah.
Right.
So no.
let's do some mother licking
Oh,
fungo
okay,
nuggets.
let's nugget it up. We doing hop right now?
The hibbity hop.
Yeah.
I missed
Dude.
out on this hop. I was working.
You were here for a little while, and then you had to keep working.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, this is a pretty good fucking hop.
It was a great hub.
Fill me in.
Yeah.
So I mean, we started here, with the normal crew. We had Allstate open, wine was flowing. We were here at Atomic. I got here a little bit later because Linda got stuck in the confidential area at Lockheed or whatever and couldn't call me. So, I brought I took the Celica out. It was a beautiful day. By the time I showed up, it was enough time to have a Jaeger with the good guys, and then head out to our next step. Did you have anything else that was occurring here before I got here, PR?
No, I think, like you said, it was a good crowd. I think the weather is now starting to become a little more pleasant.
Bearable.
So we
Bearable.
can be standing out there without perspiring or sweating.
Profusely.
I don't.
profusely.
I haven't been sweating at the hops.
Yeah, because you make a guest appearance. You like the queen. You come and
Damn,
bless
you
us.
walked into that
You
one.
just bless us, and then you're like, "Oh, hang on, I may have a little bubble of perspiration on my forehead."
We did try to go after this. We did try to go to Palmano's. They were closed.
Okay.
Then we went to, what's the name of the place? Aesthetic Lane.
Aesthetic Lane.
Where Amanda, the Intuitive Muse, and I had a nice long conversation with the people there. Place seems pretty rad. I may give them a chance for a full diagnostic.
Do they do massages there? Was it not?
No.
Okay, it's just kind of
It's like
the facials and the
non-surgical cosmetic dermatology.
Yeah.
So
Nose hairs?
Huh?
Nose hairs?
No. But they do they do Botox. My guess is, listening to her, that's how they make like the lion's share of their money is Botox.
Right.
But Botox and fillers. But they also like have a bunch of proprietary creams and stuff, and I have a couple of like darker spots on my face that are worth having them take a look at. What?
I got some proprietary cream.
I bet you do. I'll give you some proprietary cream. Apparently, you can create proprietary cream with nothing else going on with your body. You're just like, hey, you guys need some? Here you go.
It's like milking a cow.
Oh, my God.
But Vinia, as always, is great.
Don't touch that one.
No, Vinia is always great.
Then we went to Vinia.
Vinia
From
was
Aesthetic Lane, we
really
went to
good.
Vinia. So hit them with what were we drinking? 'Cause
No,
you recommended
we
to
were
me.
having the house red.
It was good.
The house cab is really good. We always enjoy it. But
when I was participating and partaking, I remember their house isn't really a house. It's always a step above what you would expect the
It
house
is.
wine to taste
Yeah.
like.
I would say
It's
that.
usually significantly better than
Absolutely.
just a house
Yeah.
wine.
it
It doesn't
was
taste
really
like
good.
olive oil.
It was delicious.
No, it's really good. But then the highlight was, the corner Chophouse. They pulled out all the stops.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we did corner Chophouse, and I mean it.
It was good.
You guys had already given a kind of a thumbs up. I mean, it was pretty rad, man. They
Was it
treated
good?
us. So
I heard stories that they brought out filet sliders.
they did. So our food.
Lot-
First, they had the Jägermeister.
So they have Jaeger, especially for us.
Yes.
They gave it to us, beautiful glasses. Like they were
They
clearly
all
happy to have us
They
there.
were Riedel glasses, which is the way to go if you're gonna serve us.
But they had a little corner. They didn't make us sit at some stupid table. They had a corner by the bar just for us set up. They were ready with the Jaeger bombs. The first thing they brought out for food was filet sliders.
Mm-hmm.
This is not ground filet sliders. This is like they took filet mignons and they fucking put them on like their own Hawaiian roll type with
Like a brioche bun, right?
It was fucking
Like a
delicious.
Was
Did
it a brioche?
you bite straight through it without it? Like the fillet was nice and
So,
tender?
Yes, so you bite straight through and it doesn't have the mouthfeel of like a hamburger where it's ground beef. It has the mouthfeel of a super tender, like as if you take,
A
I'm
steak
sure you've done
sandwich.
it at a fucking tailgate or something. You just take a filet that's sitting there and you just bite it without cutting it or whatever. That's what it was a real filet mignon sitting on top of the fucking bun.
Sounds great.
They had
They had the marrow bone.
lobster. we'll get
okay.
yeah.
We get the-
lobster deviled eggs.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which were fucking delicious. Even right,
Wait,
Ed?
Like was it like
Come on, dude.
Was it like a hunk of lobster or was
So,
it
it was mixed in,
It was
and there
mixed
was
in.
a piece of lobster on each one. But they wanted it to be subtle, and they fucking nailed it. Yeah, go ahead. If you
had caviar. It had a little.
yeah, it had caviar on top of it.
okay?
Even Jamie, my paralegal, does not do shellfish. She gave it a try, and she loved it. She ate more than one. I think it was the perfect hint of like lobster saltiness, seafood right on top of the deviled egg, and it was excellent. Third was the fucking marrow bones. Tell me your experience with that marrow bone.
So I mean, I would rather that the wizard do it because I know he's had it more than once and he's loved it. But I can say that it is such a beautiful thing to look at. Firstly,
Yeah.
right? Because
And as we know, 95% of your
it's got to look gorgeous.
consumption of food comes from how it looks.
So here we have these beautiful. There's two very long marrow bones, which is unusual. Normally, I have them
Bone
they're normally
marrows.
bone marrow.
yeah.
They're normally just like a big, like a fat piece of, with where you
Yeah,
where you
usually
scoop it
it's
out.
it's only
Yeah, a
4
little
inches
piece,
long.
and you
This
got-
is
and you
like
have a
looks
long
like
fork.
a fucking
Yeah.
human femur.
And this is like a long thing, and it's two of them, and they've got this beautiful like sourdough toasted bread on the
Yeah.
side, and then I'll give it to you.
And they brought out like 5 5 dishes of the bone marrow, so that was enough for a couple of us to do bone marrow luges.
So then we went in partners. So what they did was they brought out, I think it was 4 plates of 2 marrow bones each, which would be 8. And there were 16 of us there. There was more than that, but of the people taking shots, we were able to partner up. And
Cute.
Two people to a bone take bourbon and pour the bourbon down the luge to take the shots, and it was fucking fantastic. And I mean, this is in the middle of a place on Hannibal Square, but I mean that's what you should expect. That's what Park Avenue Tavern never fucking understood. It's what Dexter's was never prepared for. Like, that is going to be your backbone, is that these people who work hard and party hard are going to come in and fucking do shit like that. And as long as you're not doing anything stupid and we're all clearly dressed well, we're all clearly part of something going on here, as long as that's the deal, you need to not just let this go. You need to encourage that kind of shit, because those are the people who drop fucking money at a place like that and then come back and have a more quiet night and then have a more loud night. But I also am a believer that if there's somebody in the corner that's being loud and having fun and being jubilant and not causing a scene, the rest of the whole bar is going to fucking open up and have more fun and want to have drinks. I mean, that's the philosophy behind my trivia show, is to fucking, you start the party here and everybody else, it's contagious. They feel more comfortable. They get into it. So they do have an excellent bourbon selection. I had their old fashioned that has a banana liqueur in it that I thought was going to be, I was like, I want to give it a try. I like taste of vanilla, and I like, I did upgrade the bourbon to Woodford for that, to make sure they weren't using some shitty wells. But it was delicious. Everything was great. I recommend it, and I have high hopes for it.
So you haven't been back for a full sit-down dinner?
No, I mean, this was just a couple days ago. I do plan on, what I want to do is, this is going to be my spot where if on the days, which 2 or 3 days a week, I wake up and do my gym or run early, go to work. My plan is, if I can leave work, I'm just going to sit at that bar by myself and have a bourbon and like a taster, like one of those sliders, some of those eggs. And I think other people may start going there, and then it's another opportunity for random social activity.
I agree. I think it certainly is a really cool place to hang out. What I do like about it, other than the decor, and the decor is high quality, all the finishes, the glasses, all the stuff they've got going there. They've definitely not spared, any expense.
Calm down there.
But
calm down with that shit. So I like the glasses. I like the bar.
Yeah.
The decor.
No, I mean,
it's not this.
No.
When you talk about spare no expense, this fucking barbershop is a place where I feel comfortable. This is somebody created a fucking art that makes you feel a way when you're sitting here. Christner's has that. That place is borderline generic in a lot of their wall decor and such.
Yeah, no, when I say they spared no expense, I'm talking about the glasses and all that.
Fair.
All that stuff.
When it
behind
comes to the wall decor and shit, they did spare expense.
Yeah. No, I'm
assure
talking
you.
about really the way they. And then I was getting to the point that one of the reasons why I like going there is because the service is better than most places that you go to.
Service was very good.
Extremely attentive. They keep you, very well nourished. And we were a busy group, right? It wasn't easy to keep that group going. So, yeah, it certainly is a place. And, a message came through the next day as well. Like, how did you guys do? And, did you enjoy the evening?
Oh, nice. Good.
And we thought that was good as well. So, yeah, a great.
I just always find it
great
fucking
evening.
wild. And this is what happened at PAT. And this is what happened at most places. When if I walk up and I do what I did, which is I need 15 Jägermeister shots. And a bartender looks at me and is like, I want to be like, dude, Jaeger's not cheap, and I'm not even asking you to mix a drink, and you're going to get a tip. 15 is fucking great. Like, if I'm a bartender and somebody walks up and goes, give me that's the fucking meat on the bone. That's how you make money. You're like, I'd be throwing the bottles around and shit, trying to make it cool that it's just a shot of Jaeger. Not how they reacted.
Yes.
They were fucking totally
They were
into
great.
it.
Yeah, they brought it out.
It was good. It was good. It met my I had high expectations. It did meet my expectations. The only thing is what I alluded to a minute ago is I do think they were closed for a while. I think they could have done a better job with the lighting and the decor, in my opinion. But that's minor compared to everything else. And when you're catering to a bunch of old motherfuckers, you can't have it as dark as I'd want it to be. Like Christner's is what I was hoping for. Like Christner's is dark on the inside. I fucking love it. But, old people can't read when it's dark, and this place is going to rely on old
that's
people.
an interesting observation. I actually am the complete opposite. I like a venue that is bright and light.
I mean, that's just the dichotomy between the two of us.
Yeah.
You like brightness because you don't mind the positivity of seeing people and things how they are. I like the fucking terrible nature of me and you
So interesting.
and the place being a little bit hidden. I don't need high definition. I want an old TV.
Yeah. So
I want to ignore the flaws of this fucking life.
You
I
know,
want
very
to.
often there was the nice thing about the venue is that it's on a corner, so it has glass all around. Essentially, it's got glass all around, right? And I love that design. And sometimes when we used to go, this was way back when Trevor and I used to go there on a Friday afternoon or Thursday afternoon or Wednesday afternoon or Tuesday afternoon. And Monday
Jesus.
afternoon.
Or any afternoon of the week.
And one of the things, you get there at like 5 o'clock, and because the sun is setting, right, the sun would kind of
You get like
come
the
right
golden
through,
hour
right?
shit.
And what they would do is they would have these electronic kind of shades, and they would bring it down, and it would make it pretty dark. And I would be like, don't do that, man. And they would say, like, the sun's coming in.
I think you got it all wrong, man.
And
you want it dark. You
because
want to not
it was
see.
dark.
You want to hide the flaws, man.
Yeah. But I would say to them, as soon as the sun was set, because I do, it can hit you quite hard. I would say to them, can you pick that up again so that it gives that lightness? And I like that mood. But interesting. I went to that restaurant I said to you, Nami, last week. And one of the things that I did not like about Nami is that it has no windows. So, it is a dark restaurant.
I love that shit.
And I don't like that. I just said that was my only negative on my restaurant experience.
By the way, dude,
was no windows.
How are we on time? You want me to save this? Save it. All right. I got something else that I found out yesterday. It's fucking crazy. So we'll talk about it on the next one.
Is it Nuggy?
This place closing.
Is it called Prado?
No. Permanently closing.
Oh.
All right, let's wrap it up.
Yeah.
Thank you, PR.
So, hey, you want to take
for
us
the
out on this one?
transition. There you go, PR.
Thank you for listening. Special thanks to, as always, Ed, the wizard and super producer, and the intuitive muse. Please hit like and subscribe and leave comments, questions, and requests. Connect with us on social media for adventures throughout the week. T-Bone out.
Ooh, see you in the promised land.